Welcome to English Through Ideas, where we learn English through powerful ideas. Today, we're diving into one of the most famous and honestly life-changing books ever written, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, this book was published decades ago, but its lessons on human psychology, communication, and self-improvement, they are just as true today as they were back then. By understanding these ideas, you'll not only improve your daily interactions, but you're also going to pick up some absolutely excellent English vocabulary along the way.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap for today's explainer. We'll be breaking down the secret to success, why you really shouldn't criticize or complain, the power of sincere appreciation, how to talk about what they want, and finally, how to be a true leader.
Part 1. The secret to success.
We often think that to be successful in our careers, we just need to be the absolute smartest person in the room, right? Well, research from the Carnegie Institute of Technology reveals a pretty shocking statistic. Even in highly technical fields like engineering, only 15% of a person's financial success is due to their technical knowledge. The other 85%, it's all due to people skills. That is a massive difference. It shows us that, sure, knowing your job is important, but knowing how to work with people is what truly makes you successful.
Dale Carnegie calls this skill human engineering. For our English learning today, think of human engineering as the practical art of understanding, communicating with, and genuinely getting along with other people. It's really about personality and the ability to lead. This is, hands down, the ultimate tool for empowering yourself with genuine understanding. And the absolute best part? It's an art that anyone can learn and practice.
Moving to Part 2. Do not criticize or complain.
When dealing with a difficult situation or someone who makes a mistake, our most common reaction is usually to criticize, but psychology shows this is almost always the wrong approach. To understand why, let's look at one of history's greatest leaders, Abraham Lincoln. During the American Civil War, right after the Battle of Gettysburg, an enemy army was trapped by a flooded river. Lincoln saw the perfect chance to end the war, so he ordered General Meade to attack immediately. But Meade? He delayed, made excuses, and completely ignored the order. The enemy escaped. Lincoln was absolutely furious. He sat down and wrote General Meade a severely critical, angry letter. But you know what? He never sent it. It was found among his papers after his death.
So the crucial point is found right here in this quote. Lincoln knew that criticism is futile, meaning completely useless, because it instantly puts a person on the defensive. It usually makes them strive to justify their mistake and hold on to resentment. Criticism is dangerous, really, because it hurts our precious pride and makes us angry. People almost never blame themselves, no matter how wrong they are.
We see this exact dynamic in modern workplaces too. For example, a safety coordinator at an engineering company noticed his workers were refusing to wear their hard hats. At first, he used authoritative demands. He just ordered them to follow the rules. The workers gave him sullen, angry acceptance and took the hats right off as soon as he left. Then, he changed his approach to a pleasant inquiry. He politely asked if the hats were uncomfortable and gently reminded them the hats were just there to protect them. The result? Happy compliance and zero resentment.
Part 3. The power of sincere appreciation. If criticism pushes people away, what pulls them toward us? Well, philosopher John Dewey said that the deepest, most unfaltering hunger in human nature is the desire to be important. This is a profound need to feel valued and recognized. In fact, Dewey noted that this exact desire is what separates humans from animals. We crave appreciation. When you honestly satisfy this emotional hunger in someone else, they will be incredibly loyal to you.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the crucial difference between two important English words, appreciation and flattery. You cannot just fake this. Insincere flattery is selfish. It comes from the teeth out, which is an idiom meaning it's just empty words used to get something. Sincere appreciation, on the other hand, is completely unselfish. It comes straight from the heart. People are smart, They can easily spot cheap, selfish flattery. To truly influence someone, you must look for their genuine good points and honestly appreciate them.
Let me share an incredibly touching story about sincere appreciation. Years ago, a teacher in Detroit asked a blind student named Stevie Morris to help her find a mouse that was lost in the classroom. She didn't treat him like he was disabled. Instead, she showed genuine appreciation for his unique ability, his remarkable sense of hearing. Stevie later said this act of appreciation gave him a sense of importance that literally changed his life. He developed his gift of hearing and grew up to become the world-famous musician, Stevie Wonder. No way, right?
Let's shift to Part 4,
Talk about what they want. If you want to naturally and positively influence others, you have to completely change your perspective and stop thinking about what you want. Ask yourself this curious question. Do fish like strawberries? Dale Carnegie loved strawberries and cream, but when he went fishing, he didn't bait his hook with strawberries. He used worms. Why? Because the fish didn't care what he wanted. They wanted worms. It's total common sense in fishing, but we somehow forget it when dealing with people. The only way to influence someone is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it.
And this brilliantly illustrates the point. The famous writer Ralph Waldo Emerson and his son were once trying to get a calf into a barn. They made the classic mistake of only thinking about what they wanted. Emerson pushed, his son pulled, and the calf stubbornly stiffened its legs. Then an Irish housemaid came along. She couldn't write famous essays, but she had common sense. She thought about what the calf wanted. She simply put her finger in the calf's mouth and let it naturally suck her finger as she gently led it right into the barn.
Here is a humorous anecdote about arousing an eager want, or sparking a strong desire in someone else. The wealthy industrialist Andrew Carnegie had a sister-in-law who was worried sick because her 2 college nephews at Yale never replied to her letters. Carnegie wagered he could get them to reply immediately. He wrote them a chatty letter and casually mentioned at the end that he had enclosed a $5 bill for each of them. But, and here's the trick, he intentionally left the money out. Because he aroused their eager want for the missing money, he received replies by return mail instantly.
Moving to our final section, Part 5, Be a Leader.
Let's move to and see how this builds if you are in a position where you absolutely must correct someone's mistake. How do you lead effectively without making enemies? Well, it comes down to 3 essential steps. First, always begin with honest praise before discussing a fault. It acts like a friendly buffer. Second, ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Try saying, "Do you think this would work?" instead of "Do this now." It naturally encourages cooperation. Third, let the other person save face. Do not humiliate them. Protect their pride, and they will actually want to improve for you.
As we finish our explainer of Dale Carnegie's masterpiece, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. We just learned that the desire to be important is a basic, profound human hunger. So look around you. Who in your life is doing a good job? Who will you sincerely appreciate today? Don't wait for tomorrow. Use your new English vocabulary and these powerful interpersonal skills in real life right now. Thank you for learning with English through ideas. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more ideas, more English, and more growth.